What has simultaneously got worse and more expensive? Story 1. Cable television. More commercials, channels upon channels of nonsense, ridiculous monthly bill. Story 2. I mean, everything. Popular tourist locations, food, healthcare, gyms, parking, going into the city for a night out, drinking water, public sports courts, driving ranges, all that turned into McMansions, and now the only place you can hot a golf ball around here is Top Golf for $1 billion an hour. Roads, air travel, I gotta stop. Edit, since it seems the only thing people disagree about and are passionate about are gyms. I don't particularly care for the fancy gyms with 3 floors and weird to use that no one uses, and a smoothie cafe that charges $21 for a scoop of protein and yogurt blended in a Vitamix. And while I don't have anything against social media gym accounts, I follow a lot of them. Having multiple people setting up to record their sets at all times gets a little old. Give me that old school dungeon lull. Story 3. American candy bars. They're downright tiny now and cost 2 to 3 times as much as they did 10 plus years ago. Also, you can tell the manufacturers are using inferior ingredients. The chocolate is dry and chalky. Story 4. Appliances. Washers, dryers, refrigerators. But hey, if it doesn't break, how can they sell you a new one? I had 30-year-old hand-me-downs when I started out. Gave them away, and to my knowledge, they are still being used. New stuff is 30 times more expensive and fails in 5 years. Story 5. Hot Pockets. They used to be pretty good, even cooked in a microwave. Now they're made with worse quality bread, barely have half as much meat, don't cook well, and they cost about 50% more. All this in just 5-ish years. Story 6. Rent. The price keeps climbing, the wages are stagnated, and the houses keep getting shit. Story 7. A better question would be, what hasn't gotten simultaneously worse and more expensive? Because that's a harder question to answer. Story 8. Vegetables. They used to be relatively inexpensive, but would last 3 days or more. Now if you buy them, they look like crap, and have to be cooked almost immediately as they wilt or rot quickly. The larger chains are taking a page out of some minority-owned groceries that buy less expensive last-leg veggies, with the understanding that they will be sold cheaply and eaten quickly. The difference? Larger chains aren't passing those lower costs on and are increasing prices as well. I'm finding myself at ethnic markets more often because if the quality is the same, at least the prices are lower. Friends, before we continue our video, I want to remind you of the importance of subscribing to our channel. We are also waiting for your comments and likes. Thank you. Let's move on to the video. Story 9. Scuba diving. I still love it dearly, but it's sad watching the oceans and reefs die year after year and spending a fortune doing it. Story 10. What hasn't? In all seriousness. Restaurant food, tech, cars, and I don't just mean they don't make them like they used to, like an old man who knows nothing about engineering. Service industry is lazier and more exorbitant. Story 11. Health insurance. As a married father of 4, it is absolutely unaffordable. My family and I have had to go without for the last 10 years. There is no possible way for us to afford it. We do not have an extra $900 to $1,400 of income to spend on healthcare. This is the bare bones plastic tier. My wife and I are not even lower class. To further hammer in the point, it served absolutely no function at all unless my family hits a reserve out of pocket of like $3,500 to $6,000. This is more than my entire family has even spent on healthcare needs in the last 5 to 10 years, and I am supposed to hit this mark annually. U.S. healthcare is about to implode on itself unless this gets sorted out. Healthcare.gov only offers assistance if you work somewhere where it isn't offered. It wouldn't matter anyways because according to Uncle Sam, my wife and I make too much. You kidding me? We have 2 paid-for vehicles, share a living space with my sister and her family, have eliminated most of our debt, and we are still living paycheck to paycheck. Story 12. Technology. Smart TVs, appliances, some cell phones, sound systems, displays in cars, tools, they're all cheap plastic and metal with screens that are a few months away from cracking. What's worse is that almost all switches and knobs are gone, so your utility is entirely on a screen that doesn't work half the time. Story 13. Pretty much everything to do with most hotels. The service. The breakfast being included for certain tiers being replaced by a food credit that's half the amount breakfast costs. The condition of the property, the ability to check in early or check out late. Most brands have taken a pretty good step downwards in quality while also getting a good bit more expensive. They've also pretty universally devalued their point systems too. This is a good note to end on. Please rate your stories in the comments. I'll be happy to add them to future videos. Also, you can rate our other videos. We would be very grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.